Despite recent reports, it seems as if the Los Angeles Lakers may not be done on the Zach LaVine trade sweepstakes. We're also going to talk about how the Pascal Siakam trade to Indiana has really changed things for a lot of teams in the league and the trade market, and most importantly, our Chicago Bulls. I'm your host, Joey Mercer. This is another episode of Bulls Digest, and before we get into it there today, I just want to say that about 85% of you that watch these videos are not subscribed, so if you aren't already subscribed to the channel, make sure to go down below, hit the subscribe button, turn on that bell for notifications, and you'll be notified every single time that we upload so you can stay up to date with our takes on your Chicago Bulls. So without further ado, let's get into the first topic of today, and that is Lakers not out on LaVine. So we recently went over a video where we talked about how Brian Windhorst had come out and basically said that there wasn't really a market for LaVine, and also that the Lakers had a 0% chance of going ahead and acquiring him. We've heard some rumblings of the Lakers going after DeJounte Murray, but a report that I actually came across recently says otherwise. The first thing is the title of this one saying the Lakers would be crazy not to trade for Zach LaVine. NBA insiders say the deal is dead, but both Chicago and LA would benefit too much for it not to happen. Now, this report came out, I believe, yesterday, and I wanted to kind of see what went on, because there were multiple reports kind of saying this one wasn't accurate, then there were other ones agreeing with this one, and it seems like the majority of articles that I could find agreed with this one, so we're going to talk about more with it. The first thing in the article is the word from ESPN insiders is that there is no chance Zach LaVine will be traded to the Los Angeles Lakers. There have been issues with him and the Chicago Bulls dating back to early last season. Last week on NBA Today, Brian Windhorst said that if the Bulls could trade LaVine in a moment's notice, they would. And the explosive guard would be more than willing to go. On the Ringer NBA show, Wosny Lambre has been saying for weeks that the Bulls have had it with LaVine. However, Windhorst said on the Monday episode of the Hoop Collective podcast, they believes there is a 0% chance that the Lakers go after him. The sentiment was echoed by Dave McMenamin prior to the Lakers' 127-110 victory at home against the Mavericks on Wednesday. During a SportsCenter hit, he said he was told that a Lakers trade for Zach LaVine is not happening. He also said that what the team is in the market for is just a bit of help at point guard. Players such as Tyus Jones and Colin Sexton could potentially fit that mold. Now, if you're looking for defense, those guys are not going to do anything for you. Tyus Jones is a backup quality point guard, and Colin Sexton is a very poor, efficient point guard. His defense is some of the worst in the league, despite the clips you may see. Look at the metrics. They're not very good, and he can definitely get it done scoring the ball, but at a lower efficient rate. When he was on the Cavs putting up over 20 a game, it was one of the worst efficiencies for 20 a game in the entire league, and didn't really equal to any winning at all, so that's something to look at too. If they were to go after Colin Sexton, what really are you getting? What are you benefiting from? And those guys are bench players, not a guy that's going to fit into the starting rotation, what the Lakers really do need. That leads us into a tweet by Dave McMenamin, and he was on the pregame SportsCenter hit with Kevin Nagandi on the Lakers' current starting lineup iteration, plus a couple of names that could trade in targets for trades, and another name they likely won't. So that's where they talked about that once again. That was the initial tweet. And then we can go on to see, it says, with Russell on an expiring contract, the Lakers do have some talent to offer. I would not get rid of Hachimura, but to get LaVine, I would absolutely include Austin Reeves in a package. The third-year player has improved greatly since being drafted in the second round, but he's simply not strong enough of a threat with the ball in his hands to be the number 2 on-ball option for the Lakers. Plus, his jump shot is decent, although not great, and his defense has fallen off this season. The Lakers should not gut the team to add LaVine's $40+ million per year salary, but if they did, it would work out better than what happened when they did it to bring in Russell Westbrook. LaVine is a threat to score from anywhere on the floor. Defenses will have to check him at the top of the key, which will take pressure off of LeBron James and give Anthony Davis better looks in crunch time. That Westbrook trade made a competitive team bad, but this time around, the Lakers have more to offer that would not hurt them to lose. And I have to agree with that right there. Having another guy to take the pressure off AD and LeBron is very important if you're the Los Angeles Lakers. And I think if they were to go and target Tyus Jones or Colin Sexton, it isn't helping them hardly at all. I mean, a little bit with the absence of Gabe Vincent, and he didn't seem to fit the system in the very low minutes that they've had, but it's a completely different situation. I don't agree with that at all, that that's going to be the solution instead of going out and getting Zach LaVine. And I also would include Rui Hachimura. I mean, he's not been that good this year. Reeves has been better than Rui, and that's not even close. But I do agree with the fact that Austin Reeves is a little overrated. His defense has fell off a bit, and in spurts he can be a really good scorer, but it's not a consistent on any given night to be that second guy with the ball in his hands for sure. Next thing we saw on this one was Russell's expiring contract and Reeves' reasonable 4-year, $53 million extension, and Gabe Vincent a second-round pick or two would be a good haul for the Bulls. They would be able to clear some cap space and start over with Reeves and Kobe White. That duo could certainly keep fans showing up to the United Center. The only tough pill for the Lakers to swallow would be the $43 million that LaVine is owed for the 2024-25 season. New national TV rights will likely have been negotiated by then, but those will not go into effect until 2025-26. The last 2 years of LaVine's contract will be much easier to deal with afterward, but some cap magic will have to be worked next season. The Lakers, I'm not sure if you all know, are about $44 million in the hole over the salary cap, not the luxury tax, but over the salary cap. So they have to trade some contracts to make up the value of LaVine, which has been the biggest obstacle, I'd say, for both teams to get through in order for a LaVine trade to make sense. But that trade that was just mentioned is very good value, and I do agree with those pieces coming back for us in turn for LaVine. Next thing we saw was maybe the Bulls can get a better offer. Maybe the Lakers would improve with Tyus Jones. I just don't see why the Lakers should completely write off adding LaVine. He gives them exactly what they need, and he is not getting along with his current team. With LaVine on the floor, they could play Jared Vanderbilt more minutes and improve on both defense and offense. The top of the Western Conference is young, and with LaVine alongside James and Davis, the Lakers would be a threat to beat all of them in the playoffs. There is no reason for the Bulls and Lakers to not be at least talking about a potential deal. So that's, I mean, I absolutely have to agree with all that was just said. They should be trying to work around some sort of a deal. I mean, you shouldn't just completely write off getting a guy that can take the pressure off LeBron James and Anthony Davis and create so much without those guys having to be involved. He can ISO, create his own thing, be a ball handler in the pick and roll. They can do different things with Zach LaVine. And on the Bulls end of things, Austin Reeves coming back, being with Kobe White, great backcourt. I like the fit. I like kind of being able to work with things and trying to figure things out if you're the Bulls there and make things work with that backcourt and the other pieces that we could get. It would be an absolutely solid trade for both teams, and I think that's the one that would really work out that hasn't been mentioned enough. This has been your host, Joey Mercer. I hope you all enjoyed the video there today. Make sure to go down below, leave a like and comment on the video, and yeah, subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell for notifications, and I'll see you all in the next one.